Hi guys, welcome to Verbling. My name is Joe, and today we're going to be debating whether or not music should be free. So if you're watching this right now, it's live, and the first 2 minutes are reserved for Verbling Premium. Oh, looks like we have somebody. Ali?
Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Thanks, fine, Joe. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Where are you from?
I am from Azerbaijan, Baku.
You're from where?
Azerbaijan, Baku. Have you heard?
Azerbaijan.
Eurovision.
Can you write it? Probably if I can see it.
Maybe you have heard about it. It's we were host for Eurovision last year.
For Eurovision.
Yes. I will write it down.
Okay, thanks.
Azerbaijan.
That sounds familiar.
It's next to Georgia.
Oh, okay. Okay, the flag looks familiar. Your guys' flag. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, cool. That's really cool. Alright, and we have Hasina.
Yes, hi.
Hi.
Hello, Hasina, welcome. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm fine. How about you?
Pretty good. Where are you from?
I'm from Algeria.
Algeria. Okay. Alright. Cool.
Familiar or no?
Yeah, no, I know where Algeria is. Yes.
Nice.
Cool. Okay. And did you guys get a chance to look at the article that I posted? No. Okay.
Not really.
That's okay. That's okay. It was just it was one side of the opinion for the debate today. So we'll probably take a look at it maybe later. Okay, so it looks like the rest of the people should be joining, and then we'll get started. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4,
Hello, guys.
5. Hello, welcome, Nico. Alright, so I think some people are just rolling in right now. Okay. So we'll get started in 1 second. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 2 spots left. So we'll go ahead and get started. Hi guys, my name's Joe. I'm from the United States, from Phoenix, Arizona. And today we're going to be debating whether or not music should be free. So before we get into the debate part, I just want you guys to introduce yourselves by saying your name, country, and and how you listen to music, like what software you use, like iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, anything else. So I'll go first. My name is Joe from the United States, and I use Pandora and iTunes to listen to music. So we'll start with Alejandro. Your microphone.
Hello.
There we go.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Can you say where you're from, country, and what program you use to listen to music?
Okay, I'm from Ecuador.
Okay.
And sometimes I listen to music in I don't remember. I don't remember what programs.
Okay.
Music.
Is it online? Like, is it a program that you download?
Yes.
Or is it online? Okay. Alright, cool. Welcome. Ali,
Yes, yes, John.
can
I am from Azerbaijan. It's former Soviet Union Republic. We are next to Turkey and Georgia. I'm from Baku, capital, and generally we like music very much. Our nation likes music very much, and actually we were hosts for Eurovision 2012 last year, and I have musical education. I like music very much, and my preferably mostly I listen to music online.
Mhm.
It's there is one site, solopianoradio.com, and it's solo piano, and I listen it all my free time.
Solopianoradio.com. Okay. I don't think I've ever heard of that, but I'll take a look at that. That's cool. Okay. All right. Next we have another Ali. Ali.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm from Syria.
Okay.
Yes, I listen on iTunes.
iTunes. Okay. That's pretty common. That's what I do too.
Yes.
All right. Next we have Carlos.
Hello, good day, good morning, good evening, good night for everyone. I'm Carlos. I'm Spanish. I'm from Spain. I live in Spain. Okay, it's not my first day here in Berlin, and I'd like to enjoy with all of you in this class. And maybe I am going to leave before because I have to attend next class because I am a Spanish teacher here in Berlin also. So maybe I will stay with you maybe half an hour and then I want to leave. So I'm going to take advantage of the class.
Okay, awesome. And can you tell us what software you use to listen to music, like iTunes, Spotify, Pandora?
I don't really know about this. I have a lack of information about these issues, but I am interested to discuss about that. Okay, in fact, it's very difficult because owners of music should earn money also. So there must be a balance in between both kinds of music, type of musics.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree. We're gonna get into that after everybody introduces themselves. But okay, all right. Nice to have you here, Carlos.
Okay, nice to you, me. My pleasure.
All right. Cyn? Cyn? Is that how you pronounce it? Cyn Prada? Your microphone may be muted. Cyn? There we go.
Cyn.
All right. Can you introduce yourself by telling us your name?
Yes, it's a nickname of Cyn. Cyn.
Cyn, it sounds like either you have the Verbling window open or your microphone is picking up an echo because you don't have headphones.
Sorry, I don't understand you.
It sounds like there's a lag.
Did you hear me?
Yes, but I think maybe you should try turning off your video because then you'll use less bandwidth, which means your audio won't lag. Because I'll talk and then you'll hear it like 5 seconds later. Okay, now she's frozen. Okay, maybe she can figure that out. It looks like she's frozen because it sounds like she has a bad connection. So we'll move on to the next person. Hasina?
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Hasina, and you can call me Hasna if you find this heavy. I'm from Algeria, and I consider music as a partner. I listen to music all the time. Whenever I am bored, sad, excited, want to dance, I listen to in iTunes, and I love all kinds of music according to my mood because I'm considered to be a moody person.
All right.
That's all I can say now.
All right. Thank you. Interesting. And where did you say you're from? Algeria, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next we have Mina.
Hey, Teacher Joe. This is Mina. Hey, guys. I'm from Egypt.
All right. And can you tell us what program or software you use to listen to music? So like iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, Pandora.
I don't really like listening to music, but maybe when song rocks or being famous, I go watch it as a curiosity.
Okay, like on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Next we have Nico.
So hi to everybody, I'm Nicola, I come from Italy, and I'm here because today I have my first interview on Skype, and I have to do a lot of practice, and I love to listen to music like you, and I use VLC, and I think it's a great software that allow me to see the most video you can find on the web.
Okay, and what is it called? VLC?
VLC.
Oh, VLC.
VLC, sorry. Yes, right, Joe.
Okay. Okay, okay. Yes, I've heard of that. I don't remember what it stands for, but it's VLC Media Player. Okay, yeah, I've used that before. All right. Glad to have you here today, and this will definitely be a lot of good practice for your interview on Skype today, which is good.
Thank you.
All right. Next we have Sakutara.
Yes. Hi, teacher. Hi, everyone. My name is Sakutara. I'm from Vietnam. I really like listen music, and I often listen music online, especially on YouTube's website. Now most famous singer have a channel. Have their channel on YouTube. We only subscribe their channel, and when they make new video, they upload on YouTube, and we can update it and listen.
That's a good way to kind of stay updated with their music. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. I think that's everybody. We're gonna get started. My light turned off, so I'm gonna turn that on real quick because it's motion censored, which means I have to walk around. Okay, it's not working. Can you guys see me okay?
Yes.
Okay. We'll skip the light. I don't know. It's not working.
It's very okay.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So, welcome everybody. Glad you guys are all here today. Like I said, we're going to be debating whether or not music should be free. So, the way that we're going to do this is just an informal type of debate. So what that means is we're going to start off with one question, and you guys are going to state your opinions. So you're going to say yes or no, and then you're going to explain. And then, if somebody says something and you disagree with it, you can say something back to them. But that's the way we're going to do it. And then, after we're done with one question, we'll move on to another, or move on to another part of the debate. But that's the way it's going to do it. And if you're outside of the class watching, you can state your opinion on the side. as long as you explain. So the question is, should music be free? And so when we say music, we're talking about should music be free, like should music be free for you to download on the internet? That's what we mean with the question. So free, you don't have to pay for it, but should music be free, meaning you don't have to pay for it? So here's the question, should music be free? So would anybody like to start and give their thoughts and opinion?
Okay,
Yes.
I can start. Okay, sorry. Before the girl. After the girl, sorry. After the girl.
All right. Was that Hasina?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
I just want to say that I think yes, music should be free because, well, we all know that not like all kinds of music or not all the music we know is free, but music is the last thing that I can pay for. Though I like it so much, but it is not really that big thing to pay for it.
Okay. All right. That's a fair opinion.
Yeah.
Would somebody like to go next?
Okay, so I think that music is for a singer like goods is for a company, and is not right, in my opinion, that music is free. But in my opinion, music should be more cheap than now. Now every CD you can buy is too expensive, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I agree with Nico, but I would like to add that if the composer don't receive money, so they will be not motivated to create new songs. So I think there must be a fair price, a correct price, a proper price, in a balance. As Nico says, the music is very expensive, they should be cheaper in a balance. If not, if the composer and singer don't earn money with the music, they will never compose again. So there must be a balance, in my opinion. So I agree with Nico, but adding this issue, this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. That's a really good point. That there should be.
I go next.
Balance. Yeah.
Ali, it's Ali.
All right.
Actually, I do not understand clearly what that does mean, that music must be cheaper. Cheaper for whom? For example, in Europe or in USA, maybe price for one song about $1, it's not expensive, or maybe 50 cents, American 50 cents. It's not expensive, but for some part of the world, for example, for Africa, it's a big amount of money. They actually can't afford it. I think that nothing on earth should be free. Everything what's produced by some man, composer, musician, doesn't matter. It's product. It can't be free. He must be paid off. It's clear for me. I think so. But for example, let's take Paulo Coelho. I think that you have heard about him. It's writer, very famous. He wrote a lot of books, bestsellers, and make fortune from these books. He's very good writer, very famous, and but when the piratebay.org, maybe you have heard about this website. People call them pirates because they distributing some applications, some books, music, and so on. And when these guys published his books, he fully supported them. He said that people, I make millions, zillions from my books, and I will not get poor man, or I will not lost anything if these guys will distribute my books for poor people. That's it. I think that there must be some kind of mechanism to make it right. That maybe rich people, they should pay something in form of taxes, more taxes or something like this. But poor people, for poor people, it must be available. Music, books, education, and so on. That's my opinion.
All right, that's a fair opinion. Does anybody disagree or agree or would like to share their opinion?
I think maybe nominal fees maybe might help.
Nominal fees. Right. So what do you mean by nominal fees?
Maybe I mean suitable for everyone. Everyone can afford for it.
So maybe like a lower price, kind of like what Nico and Carlos were saying?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Okay, anybody else?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to say that music nowadays is very fair, because to listen to recorded songs or something like that, you can download them free from the internet. Whereas when you want to attend a concert, a party where the single is there, you should pay. And that is very fair for music today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Mm-hmm. Anybody else want to share their opinion? Any thoughts?
I would like to say one thing. So, for example, the singers, the artists compose pieces and earn money, but the intermediates, I don't know how do you say, the people who are between the artists and the customers, the intermediates, should reduce their incomes also.
The middlemen, that's what we could call them.
How do you say the
like
middlemen? Exactly. The middlemen, sometimes the middlemen increase the price.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
right.
the record companies, the middleman, yes, it's exactly I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe some services for musicians, for composers must be free, that they will not pay for these services. Maybe for creating albums, for creating some sort of discs, I don't know, for production anyway. It must be supported by government, and maybe then the music they products will cost less.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what they could do is skip the middlemen. So if you don't understand the term middleman, I'm gonna explain it right now. You have the artist or the band. Then you have people like us who buy music, the customers. And then in the middle, you have the middleman, which is the record label. So the band says, hey, we want to make a CD. We need your help. So they say, will you produce the CD for us? So then the record label says, yeah, we'll do it. So then they put it on iTunes, they put it on YouTube, they put it in stores, and they make albums, and then the customers can buy it. So if they skipped that middleman and took him out, then they can make more money. So that was a good point.
Yes, exactly.
Anybody else that wants to share any thoughts? Alejandro.
Well, I would like to say another thing, if anybody wants to do. I'd like to add that the artists and singers can also earn money with concerts, with live concerts. Live concerts is also another kind to earn money, not also selling CDs or music by internet. So live music is impossible to be piracy. Live concert is a live concert. It's live, it's in live. Okay, so it's another kind of earn money for artists.
Yeah. Yeah, so Carlos, are you saying that music should be free because artists can earn money with concerts? Or what do you say?
Okay, in my opinion, artists should earn money with CDs, but with a fair price, in a suitable thing, not in extremely expensive price. So everything is balanced. So they make a work and they receive money, of course, I agree. But how many? How much money? How much? So it's the question. So the artist should earn money with with CDs, music, with concerts, but in what proportion? So it's my main question. So not free, but cheaper than today.
Okay.
Not free, eh? It's my opinion. Not free, but cheaper.
Hmm. Yeah, no, that's a good opinion. I agree. Okay.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes.
What about the struggling musicians that are trying to get started without a label to produce their music?
There's actually a company out there to help those kinds of bands.
Cosa?
It's called Bandcamp.com. Here, I'll show you guys, because I was gonna bring this up later when I was talking about my opinion. But if you go to Bandcamp.com, so what this is a website for artists to sell their music. So, for example, let's see, DubFX. He's pretty well known. So what you do is you say, okay, I'm going to put my CD on here, and I'm going to charge people 15 euros. So you can buy it for 15 euros. But then there are other artists that are brand new. Like I actually just bought one the other day. It's called Inspired and Asleep. I bought this I think 2 days ago. It's a new upcoming artist, so they don't have a lot of listeners, I guess. So since they're new, they can't sell their album for a lot. So the way they do it is buy now for $1 or more. So when you click buy now, you type in the amount you want to pay. So I paid $7 for the album. So I could have paid $20. I could have paid $4. So this is a cool way for new bands to get their music out there and try and get some money off of it.
It's fair.
Yeah, it is fair. I mean, for most of these bands, you choose what you pay for. So like here, they have some free downloads too. But yeah, it's a cool way for new upcoming bands to make money.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
This is what internet doing.
Yeah, so it's really cool. My roommate showed it to me last semester at the university, and I thought it was a really cool idea because, yeah, think about it. If that website didn't exist and you were a new artist, you would have to make the CD yourself, then go to your friends and say like, "Hey, will you buy my CD?" or like post on Facebook, or like try and sell it at kind of like a garage sale. I don't know. It's hard. So this Bandcamp is really interesting because now you kind of put that online, and it's easier to spread the word about your new album or your new music.
Is there something about books like this?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, you could. I mean, I'll type it in right now. Bandcamp for books. Let's see. I don't think so. If I find one, I'll let you know. But that's an interesting idea. What if you started a website like that or a company?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So it's a neat idea. Yeah. So Matthew in the chat just brought up a good point. So once Radiohead, a band, had an argument with their producer, and they just put the CD on their website, and then you could choose to pay for it or not. So most people, when they're given that option, I think most people, if they really like the band, they're going to pay for it. And if they don't like the band, chances are they're probably not going to download the music. But the people that actually like it are going to pay some dollars for it. Whether it's not the average price, which would be like $10 maybe, they might pay only $5, but at least the band is making money.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Yes.
This is Ali. You are American, and your Americans are very far from socialism.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that in American culture, people mostly do not accept something free. They don't understand it, how something may be free, except fish, maybe in the ocean. But what do you think about it? Should the music free? And what do you think people of your age in the USA?
Okay, so yeah, that's a good question. So I'll give my opinion, and I'm 19 years old, so keep that in mind when listening to what I think, because what I think is probably going to be way different from somebody who maybe is my parents' age, like 40 years old, or somebody maybe like 30, like in a different generation. But well, I love music. I really appreciate that artists dedicate so much time to making music, and I appreciate that. But however, I think that music should be free, and the reason for that is because nowadays with technology, there are so many free ways to listen to music. For example, Pandora. You can't search for the song, but when you listen to songs, there's a free version of Pandora where you don't have to pay, you have ads, but you can still listen for free. There's Spotify, which you can listen to anything you want for free. You can make your own playlists and listen to them on your computer. There's YouTube. Tons of artists put their songs on YouTube. So since there's all of these options out there to listen to music for free, I think, hey, music should be free, because obviously if I just carry around my phone and I have Spotify on it, then I can listen to music wherever I want for free. So if you can do that, then why am I going to go to iTunes and buy the song if I can just put it in a playlist and listen to it for free? So I think, okay, it makes sense not to have it for free. And a lot of times artists don't make very many royalties, I'll write that for you guys. Royalties, like that. Which means, like, for example, if I don't know, if Alejandro is an artist and says, hey, Pandora, I want you to play my songs, then Pandora says, okay, we're going to pay you $1 every time somebody listens to your song. So that's a royalty. When I listen to Alejandro's song, Pandora pays Alejandro a royalty of $5. So does that word make sense?
Yes, but how? I don't understand how this application. I mean, owners, developers of this application who run this, how Pandora, or you said Pandora, and how they earn money on this. If they pay something to artists and they do not charge you, then
that's a good point. So I think a lot of companies, like, this is the way that they're making money. Like, this is their business strategy. So what they have is a product, and they offer the product. They have two versions of it. They have the free product, and then they have the premium product. And the premium product you have to pay for, and it has a lot more features, or something's better about it compared to the free one. So then they have both types of users. They have users that use it for free, and then they have users that pay for it. So they make money off the premium. So like Pandora does that, Spotify does that. And the way it works is, like, with Pandora, you can skip any song you want. There are no ads. Stuff like that. I don't know, but yeah, that's a good point. So Pandora makes money off premium users.
Okay, I see your point.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting.
Yeah. So, yeah.
In my opinion, sometimes when I download free music, download music with some very bad. But when I used to pay for music, it's different. The quality is much better
Yeah.
when I pay the music.
Yeah, that's true too. I mean, you can get the music for free a lot of times, but when you pay for it, the quality has been increasing, I think. And one other thing I wanted to say, since artists, when people make music, most of the times they want that to be their main job because they love it so much, which I totally appreciate, and I'm envious. I think it's really cool. But I think that they should make money by doing concerts because I feel like there are never enough concerts. There always can be more concerts, and plus it would be really cool if I were an artist or if I were in a band and I traveled around the country or around the world performing, because one, they're performing live, so more people are gonna want to go see them live, and chances are if they see them live, they're gonna go buy their music or say like, "Gosh, I love you so much, I want to support you. I'm gonna go pay for your album on Bandcamp," or something like that. So that's another thing why, or another reason why I think music should be free.
Yep. Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Anybody else have any thoughts or anything else to say? Yes.
I think in Egypt we have copyrights, but we don't implement this copyrights. For example, we have operating system on our PCs or something like this for free. We don't pay for Windows or Mac or softwares or music. Even movies, we watch it. Someone get in the movie theater and capture it in a video, and we just watch it on our websites, on our Arab website. So it's not illegal here to watch, to found in your PCs. If they found, new movies in your PC or operating system are not authorized or not licensed, it's not a big issue. So I think it's so easy here.
Interesting, Mina.
I agree with our friend from Egypt. Is that from Egypt? Yeah.
Yes.
Mina Murad. Yeah. Yes. And I believe that things like operating systems, not for server platforms, not for companies, not for enterprises who make money. Only client operating systems like Windows 7, Windows XP, Windows 8, and so on, Vista. They all should be free. It should be free. It must be free. It must be free because a lot of people use nowadays computers for education. And for example, these classes on this side, Verbling, most people use free version. And for example, in our country, 1 hour of conversation club with native speaker, English native speaker, it will cost me, for example, for about 15-20 bucks at least. And not many people can afford it. So computers nowadays is the only source for these people, is the only source of information, of education, of entertainment, knowledge, and so on. And governments all around the world and vendors of these applications, of these operating systems, they must do this for free. They make money from server platforms. For example, Windows 7, it costs for about 130, 140 bucks. In USA, in Europe, and doesn't matter. But the same Windows Server platform, for example, standard version, standard edition, it costs for about 800, 900 bucks. Yes, it's server platform. Yeah.
Wait, the silver platform?
No. Server.
Server.
Yes, server. It's not used by regular people for example, on their laptops, on their desktop computers. It's for company. It's for companies. It's for business. And people who buy these operating systems, I mean server version operating systems, they make money from this. They keep some company data. They keep some applications on these servers. They run some applications and make money from this. And it's fair that they pay $1,000, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how much. But it's not fair if I'm forced to pay $130 for this Windows 7. I'm not agree with this. It's not fair.
That's an interesting point you brought up. Yeah, now we're kind of going from music to everything else. Which, yeah, Mina?
The problem in Egypt is, for example, if you buy in United States, if you buy something like a song for $1, here it's for £6. So for you, it's just 1 unit from your currency. But in Egypt, it's 6 units. If you buy a cellular in your United States and it's cost you like 100, here it's cost us 600 because when it enters the country, they add the extra money on it. So if you buy it for 100, I buy it for 600. So it's not everything is good here.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty. Yes, it's pretty difficult.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, was it Ali? You were talking about software.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know, because I was trying to think. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people use it, like Microsoft Office or Photoshop on their computers, and I think that, I don't know, because I'm thinking, okay, like Photoshop and the Adobe Suite, it's like $1,000 or like $800, so it's a lot of money, and a lot of times people just want to use it for, and like that's pretty expensive for software. Like that's a lot of money to pay to use something. So I don't know. It's difficult because like the companies like Adobe and Microsoft, they're always going to make money in another way, like charging businesses server fees, like for the server platforms that you were talking about, Ali.
Yes.
But then, like me and you, we're just using like Windows at home, and we're just using it to use a computer. There's also Linux, which is free.
Not fully free.
Yeah, no, there's actually Ubuntu.
Yes, Ubuntu is free, but look, I'm computer engineer.
Okay.
I'm a systems engineer and network engineer, and I deal with operating systems all the time, with networks, operating systems. And for example, as you mentioned before, there are free operating systems, and there are actually the same operating systems, but with paid support, yearly subscription. So, for example, Red Hat. Red Hat is a Linux distribution. Red Hat. It's very popular. It's very popular, and it's used in enterprise environments all the time. It's extremely reliable. It's very good. It's perfect. Nobody say no doubts about that. And you can download, for example, this Red Hat and use it for some time. I think 90 days or something like this. And after 90 days, you're gonna buy subscription for supporting this operating system. You can continue to use it for free. You are not forced to buy subscription. But for example, in business environment, 1 day, 1 or 2 hours of downtime on the server, it will actually cost you a lot much money than if you buy, for example, 5-year subscription. Because normally, for example, oil and gas companies, telecom companies, travel, insurance, bank sector, 1 hour of downtime costs these companies, for example, maybe 10,000, 20,000,
Oh,
30,000, 50,000. I'm working with company for which one our downtime mean for about 26 pounds, UK pounds, 26,000 UK pounds, 1 hour of downtime.
wow.
So they are ready to buy these operating systems.
Yeah.
They are ready to pay for this and for subscription, and it's okay. They should. But for ordinary people, why they are going to buy something they mm, what is supposed to be free? And for last few years, for example, Microsoft, they bring up cloud services. For example, if you have a little company for 2, 3, 5 people, and you don't want to buy very expensive email server, very expensive applications, and so on, you can use cloud services. You pay,
Yeah.
for example, $5 or $4 for month, and you can use email service. You can use SharePoint. It's like file server, and so on, and it's okay. So you are not going to pay $2,000-$3,000, $5,000-$10.
Yeah, which is reasonable. I mean,
Yes.
I think a lot of companies are trying to come out with more reasonable prices nowadays, which is good.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So I have one question for Olim. Sorry.
Wait, Nico, can you hold on one sec? My computer's gonna die.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Nico, question.
So my question to Ali is: don't you think that in the future the company will use open source operating system?
No, I don't. Because there are some applications and there are some segments in IT business which must be must be supported all the time. Why it is so? Because, for example, you have some Linux server or Unix server. It's okay. It's running some application, and for example, you can use it 1 year, 2 year, 3 year without any problems. But time goes on, and after 3 years, you buy some new application, for example, which must be integrated with this Linux or Unix server and application on the server. And if you do not have any support, and support is paid, must be paid, because nobody gonna support you for free. If you don't have any kind of support, you're stuck. I mean, open source, it's perfect for public sector, for libraries, for universities, for educational sector, but it's not acceptable in military, it's not acceptable in healthcare, it's not acceptable in bank sector, financial, and I think that a lot of products on the market today, I mean paid products, they will be free in 3-5 years, but we are not gonna get rid from all paid software. I think that it's impossible.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for answer.
You're welcome. You're welcome, sir.
Another, so talking about open source platforms or software, there's actually a website called OSALT, which, so you have all these commercial products like Photoshop, Dreamweaver, iTunes, AutoCAD, etc. And then they have people like us who think that they should be free, create these open source programs to kind of compete with them. So like OpenOffice, GIMP Shop, FreeCAD, stuff like that. So you can find alternatives to some of these commercial products or the products they have to pay for. But yeah, I think you're right, Ali. I think that when you do, like, let's say you're the owner of, I don't know, let's say you're the owner of Walmart, and in all of your stores, just in all of your offices, you guys all use the same operating system. You use Ubuntu, which is a Linux platform.
Yep.
So you all use Ubuntu, and then what happens one day when you get a virus? Well, I guess, or if something bad happens, like if something's not working properly, Ali's right. You're gonna lose, $10,000 or $30,000 in an hour, however much, and the only way you're gonna be able to fix it is if you pay for support from Ubuntu.
Yep.
Which, I mean, it kind of makes sense, because if they spend all this time making an operating system like Ubuntu, and then they make it free, then they're trying to help out the community by making it free so that anybody can use it. But then when you need help, and you need it right away, then this guy who made it for free, like in his free time, kind of like community service. It wouldn't be fair for Walmart to say, hey, I need your help right now, even though you're eating dinner with your family, even though you're walking your dog, even though you're doing something in your in your time. I need you to help me. So then it makes sense for Walmart to pay him. I don't know. Yeah. So I mean, I don't think you're going to be able to make everything free, but there are a lot of things that should have lower prices or more reasonable prices.
There will be dependency all the time.
Yeah.
There must be dependency, time and money. If you can afford to have, for example, downtime for 2, 3, 5 hours, days, I don't know, months, and nothing changed for you. For example, your mail server got down, but you don't care because you can just pick up the phone and call your, for example, partner, and say that, okay, my mail server got down, and I can't right now to send you some documentation. I will send it by hand, just like this, and you don't lose anything on this kind of problems, this kind of disasters. Then I think that it's not reasonable to buy any paid products. I think that open source is the best way for you.
Yeah.
But if you have zillion-dollar company and every minute means for you lost customers, your reputation, and so on, you actually can't do it.
You know what I just thought of, Ali, though, and everybody else. So let's say you do have a big company like Walmart, and you guys decide to use Ubuntu. One way to kind of get around that, like being attached to Ubuntu Premium support, would be to send an employee from Walmart to Ubuntu to learn how Ubuntu works and to learn how to work with premium support. So that way, that person can be like the lead manager for Ubuntu for Walmart or something like that. So that way they have somebody on their team that knows how to fix a problem if one arises. That would be a good.
Actually, yes, but first, it's too expensive.
Okay.
Second, what if the problem is not in Ubuntu and in another open source program? You just install it on Ubuntu. Some kind of driver, some kind of hardware, and so on. There are a lot of problems with this because open source companies, they are not make agreements with each other. They just produce something and say, people, it's free. Use and be kind to say something. Thank you. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. That makes sense. Yeah.
I think security can be another issue in open source.
Security?
I think, yeah, in open source.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
That's true too. I mean, what happens if you're a company and you have a lot of credit card information or debit card information, and you're using your customers find out you're using open source, which is more prone to maybe attack or hackers.
Yep. For example, on Microsoft platforms, for example, if they have any major security breach, for example, and somebody found out it and attacked it, at least in 24 to 48 hours, Microsoft answers the security breach. They produce update, they produce some kind of patch, and you automatically get it via automatical update system and so on. But there is nothing like this in open source applications, open source operating systems, because it's just for maybe fun, entertainment, and you can actually charge somebody if, as you said, as you mentioned it, if something goes wrong on your environment.
Huh, that's really interesting. That's really quick too, 24 to 48 hours. Wow.
Yeah, it's very quick.
I mean,
it's open source.
What?
Sorry, I don't know what is the open source.
It's free applications, free for example, you have Windows, but there is operating systems based on Unix, Linux code. It's free. For example, Ubuntu, Mandriva, and so on. It's open source. For example, Microsoft have Office Suite, Microsoft Office Suite. You use it Word, Excel, Outlook, and so on. But as alternative, you can use open source, OpenOffice. You can Google it, and you will find out.
Is it the same?
Yes, practically the same.
Yeah.
Practically the same. It's 80% the same.
But for example, I have designed Bravium CS5 Adobe. So can I find open source for the same package?
Yes. I think yes.
Well, the way it works is to answer your question, Mina. So the Adobe Suite package has like Illustrator, Photoshop, Dreamweaver, Fireworks, Bridge, all of those applications. Now you can find some open source. I don't know if you can find an open source program for all of them. I know like for Photoshop they have what's called GIMP Shop.
Yeah, you will find separate packages.
Yes.
For example, for one of them for working with PDF files, one of them for working with, for example, some pictures and so on. There is
same tools, but not the same program.
Yes.
No. It's not the same program, but has approximately 80% functionality. Approximately same functions.
Got it.
Sorry, actually we switched from music.
Yes, we have switched from, but that's okay. I mean, it's kind of like the general idea is the same.
Yeah, general idea is the same. Yeah.
And everybody's been talking and sharing their opinions, which is good too. And you guys have learned some new words like royalties. What are royalties?
Royalties. Payment.
Anybody remember? Payment. Yes. Payments that artists receive. Okay. And what is open source software? What does open source mean?
For free.
For free. Yeah.
It's free alternative for paid applications.
Exactly.
And we can also modify and enhance them as well.
That's a really important part of it. Yeah.
Yes, because open source, they have source code is open, and you can modify, alter it anytime you want.
Exactly. Open source. So like, yeah, you can modify it, you can change it, you can work on it with other people to modify. Exactly. Good. Okay. And what's a middleman? Does anybody remember?
It's Halliburton.
It's what?
Halliburton. Halliburton.
Halliburton.
Someone between the author and the customer.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody between the... Who was the first one you said?
Author?
Yeah, someone between the author. That's a perfect way to describe it. Someone between the author and the customer in the middle. Perfect.
Salesman.
Yeah, salesman. Kind of. Yeah. Yeah, because like for example, if you write a book, so here's the author. You write a book, then you sell it to a publishing house, and they say, okay, we'll publish your book, and then they help sell it to the customer. So yeah, it can be that too. Okay, I think that's it for the words. We probably learned other words, but I can't think of any other words. But last thing I want to say before you guys go is thank you for coming. Thank you for participating. This has been an interesting discussion, and hopefully you learned a few new words and enjoyed the discussion. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time.
Yes,
Thanks.
of course. Thank you for your time.
Thanks a
Thank
lot,
you.
sir.
Very interesting. Thank you, man.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Have
See you
a
guys.
good day.
Thanks,
Bye,
you too.
guys. Bye.